Russia hits another 100 Canadians with sanctions, including Jim Carrey, Margaret Atwood.
Here's a summary of the article.
We are moving forward, Zelensky told Ukrainian soldiers in the city, thanking NATO and other allies for their continuing support in the war against Russia. Russia, which still controls about 70% of the wider Kherson region, illegally annexed it and 3 other Ukrainian regions in September following referendums that Kyiv and the West have labeled as a sham. Wary Ukrainian officials maintained a curfew in the liberated Kherson region amid fears that mines and booby traps could still maim and kill civilians. The governor of Kherson region, Yaroslav Yanushevich, said the authorities had decided to maintain a curfew from 5 p.m. to 8 a.m. and ban people from leaving or entering the city as a security measure. Zelensky's visit to the region came a day after fresh evidence of war crimes was being uncovered in Kherson following the departure of Russian troops. The Ukrainian Armed Forces Southern Command said on November 14 that Russian forces continued to inflict fire damage on our troops and occupied settlements along the right bank of the Dnieper, even after the liberation of Kherson City, which Zelensky described as a historic day. Russian officials' announcement that their forces were withdrawing across the Dnieper, which bisects the Kherson region and Ukraine, followed a seemingly hugely successful Ukrainian counteroffensive in the country's south in recent months.
This post received a score of 4,800, with an upvote ratio of 96%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Alrighty then.
I just hope they do all the famous Canadian comedians. Have them do a stand-up special to raise funds for Ukraine. Get Tom Green to host while doing a super weird impression of Putin. Maybe do it roast style.
Putin, would you like some sausage? Putin, would you like some sausages?
My bum is on Donbas. My bum is on Donbas.
Ha ha ha, no lie, I thought of Eminem when I read this.
He mocks, references it in The Real Slim Shady, my bum is on your lips, my bum is on your lips, but the original is Tom Green. And the sausage thing is from Tom Green's movie.
Oh, I've seen Freddy Got Fingered. But I haven't seen any other Tom Green works.
The Tom Green Show was basically a tamer version of the Eric Andre Show.
Most claim they were completely unaware until they read it online. Not a single damn was given.
I'd wear it like a badge of honor. This would be like Hitler saying, "You are not one of us."
Me next, Russia. Over here. I said really mean things about your dumbasses.
Honestly, getting sanctioned by Russia nowadays seems more like a badge of honor than a punishment.
Margaret Atwood, of all people, being sanctioned by a nation that has declared a holy war against Satan is the absolute fucking height of humor.
I love Margaret Atwood's work but don't understand this connection. Would you mind to explain?
Her books The Handmaid's Tale and Testaments tell the story of a modern USA being taken over by a pseudo-Catholic dictatorship that represses everyone into worship and raping fertile women for babies or death. The connotation I was arriving at was that Russia is becoming said religious state with its whole desatanization campaign since the denazification one has been worn out, and with Russia being hell-bent on genociding its own young men in this war, they're gonna have to pump out a lot of kids soon.
To be fair, there are a very scary and real amount of people in the US that take it as an instruction manual instead of a warning.
Yeah, we're like one election cycle from full-on Gilead. Literally. Still, even though we just had an election that meant exactly that too.
OMG, how terrible. Being sanctioned by a nation no one does business with, or wants to visit.
It's like the devil telling you you're not allowed in hell.
NGL hell seems a lot more fun than heaven if all the people Christians say will be there. Sure, there'll be some stinkers, but I ignore the bad people in real life as it is now. Why should hell be any different?
Has-Been Hotel, Helluva Boss has a fun take on hell. It's pretty much just the same as being alive, and you're kind of just left to make it miserable for yourself and each other. It's much less of a punitive hell and more of bad people who chose a life of sinful worldly desires, spending the rest of eternity chasing their vices. Or at least until they are obliterated by rampaging angels. Because that happens sometimes.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.